Welcome back. So we're going to have a look at how you use the quadratic formula both to solve and factorize equations, but also to find the solutions or roots of an equation. So I'm going to put down a pretty awkward looking sum and we're going to have a look at it. Okay, so here we have a sum 5x squared minus 13x plus 6. Now, you could do this by inspection because that's prime, so there's only two possible factors of it. So it is doable by inspection, okay? But until you're proficient at doing that, it is sometimes easier to go and use the minus b formula. So let's introduce the minus b formula. You'll find it in your log tables on page 20. It's also on the cover of the log tables. But the minus b formula says that you take a number and turn it into a negative or change the sign, and then we do two versions of it, a plus version and a minus version. The square root of whatever that number is squared minus 4 times two other numbers divided by twice a number. So that is the formula for the quadratic equation. Okay, so let's see where these numbers come from, where these letters come from. In this scenario, this value, including any sign, positive or negative, is your a value. So in this case, a is 5. This value, including its sign, is b. And this value, including its sign, is c. So when I'm popping them in to my formula, 5 will replace a, minus 13 will replace b, and 6 will replace c. Now, first of all, I'm going to write the formula out with these included, and then I'm going to show you how I would put it into the calculator. Okay, so minus b. So I'm going to use brackets to help me. Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a by c all over 2 times a. So now that I've written it like that, that's exactly what I'm going to do in my calculator. So I have my calculator beside me now, and I'm going to type it in exactly the way I see it written down there. Nothing will change. Start my calculator. So I need a fraction first. Fraction minus bracket minus 13 close bracket. I'll do the plus version first. Square root bracket minus 13 close bracket squared minus 4 open bracket 5 down 2 open bracket 5 close bracket equals. So x is equal to 2. Now, that's one of the answers, the plus answer. Now I'm going to go back and do the minus answer. So instead of clearing all of this, I'm just going to go back, up, and in. Where that is, delete that and put the minus and press equals, and I get 3 over 5. X is equal to 3 over 5. Okay, so what the hell am I after doing? I've gotten what's called the roots or the solution to this quadratic. In other words, if I replace that with 2 there and 2 there, the answer will be 0. If I put 3 over 5 in there and there, the answer will be 0. That means that these are the roots or the solution to that sum. In other words, in old-fashioned word, the answer to that sum. Okay, so how do I turn them back up into these brackets? Well, it's not too hard. So all you have to do is create your brackets. Put down your x's. And this is the cool thing. If there's no number in front of that, then the 2 just turns into its opposite. So if that was a plus 2, it turns into minus. If that's a minus, it turns into a plus. The equals just disappears. If there's a fraction, you just move the denominator of the fraction on front, put the top there, and change the sign. And that's it done. That is the solution to that. Okay, I'm going to do another one just to show you. I'll do it a bit faster. Right, so I'm going to do this one a bit faster. A is 3, B is 10, C is minus 8. So I'm going to write out my formula. Minus B, minus 10, plus or minus the square root of 10 squared minus 4 times 3 by minus 8, all over 2 times 3. I'm going to get my calculator out. Fraction. Minus 10. Do the plus version first. Square root 10 squared minus 4 times 3 by minus 8 all over 2 times 3. Oh, now, actually I'm glad this has happened. If that comes up, something's gone wrong. You need to just trace back. Check that what you've written down is what's in there. And I can see, look what mistake I made. I didn't put a bracket around the 3. So that's a good mistake to show, and suddenly I get an answer. X is 2/3. Now, what do I do to get the second answer? Go back into the sum, change it to a minus, and I get X is minus 4. So, how do I turn those two back into the brackets? Well, very simple. There's no number in front of the X, so put an X in each. If there's a fraction, you bring the bottom of the fraction in front of the X, change the top number symbol or sign. Same thing here. There's no fraction, so all I'm going to do is change the sign. And that's it done.